Hello, my name is Nicolette Richardson Bailey. My service site I chose for this course was the volunteer room at the food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. My role there was to repackage food. Sometimes that involved sorting through produce and discarding food that did not meet the criteria for keeping it. My role there was thus to aid in the need of the day and work alongside other volunteers to accomplish the daily tasks set before us, which differed from day to day, to prepare, repackage food for the central pantry and community partners. The insights that I have gained of myself in this course, I understand my own need for continued spiritual growth. I find understanding my need is a great way in authentically connecting with others. Additionally, I have found that my ability to communicate how I feel in ways that are non-threatening help to build bridges with others, which foster relationship. I find it hard to pour out to others when one believes they are the standard others must live up to. But I find we all miss the mark no matter how emotionally, spiritually mature we are or claim to be. Thus, I realize the many ways I need forgiveness, and I can extend this to others too. Understanding I am just like them, in need of God. Regarding how loved I feel by God, to know that the Lord has kept me for so many years despite all my foolishness and hurt and pain and sorrow and so on, helps me to know without a doubt He loves me. He desires to use me despite my past. He strengthens me daily to walk in His ways when I have no strength, and continues to grow me in Him that I reflect His character more clearly in my life. What is my view of our responsibility as Christians to the materially poor? I believe our responsibility as Christians to the materially poor is to work toward addressing the root cause of poverty, that of relationships. Thus, I believe the responsibility of the Christian is to foster reconciliation and relationship. The Christian needs to lean in and hear them, their hopes, dreams, fears, desires, etc., and to walk alongside and partner with, helping them to work toward empowerment and utilization of resources the Lord has already provided them in their context. As to how I practically see my role in this, I first and foremost need to hear the heart of those who are in need. I need to resist the temptation to offer my solutions and seek to understand their state. Every context is different, but I believe the process begins with hearing those in need and partnering with them, seeking their empowerment and continued development. What does my leadership look like at my service site? Leadership at my service site looks like service. I help other volunteers to understand their task when unclear to them, and I serve the community of whom I will never see their face, at least from the particular place I serve from. Yes, this is what leadership looks like from where I serve. A lot like serving. The things I can do to become a better leader is to be actively aware that leadership is not about prominence. It is about service. It is about following the example of Christ and pointing others to His person as we serve in His name. True leadership is about glorifying God in all we do through word and deed, and often that leadership takes the posture of servanthood. The way up is down, and if the lowering of myself leads others to Christ, what greater leadership is there? How has my sense of vocation and calling evolved or been confirmed throughout the course of this class? It has both evolved and been confirmed. It has evolved into a greater clarity of what the Lord has called and uniquely equipped me to do. that being to teach in some capacity. It has been confirmed, as this was something I sensed beforehand, as I started exploring this calling through the Calling Lab and various personality tests. Some of the responsibilities at my service site that I have realized that are not a part of my calling are sorting through fuzzy nectarines and rotten potatoes and chucking dented and outdated canned goods. Yes, it can be hard to find a teaching moment in those activities. But again, I am cautious to say that the Lord has not called me to my specific service site. As for what brings me great joy at my service site, I would have to say that I know that what I am doing matters. No matter how minuscule or meaningless it may seem, such as labeling boxes, I know that my contribution is helping in the overarching mission to address food insecurity. Regarding whether I would continue this work, I would very much do so. I believe we all have a general calling to do good and reflect his character and goodness in the world in such a way that it invites inquiry into the why of what we do. I ultimately believe God is glorified when his children seek the well-being of others because it is good and because it reflects the goodness of God to his glory. And that is what I seek to do.